And today, we're going further and announcing Azure Local. This is, again, something that many of you have asked us to do, which is bring Azure Arc all the way to all of the edge. With Azure Local, extends Azure services across hybrid, multi-cloud, and edge locations with one central control plane. It brings Azure services to customers' distributed locations, whether they're in retail or hospitality, obviously manufacturing, so that they can run their mission-critical workloads, some of these new AI workloads across cloud and edge. A great example of this is how Armada has taken Azure Local, and in fact, with Starlink connectivity, is helping Marriott with full resilience, even in the midst of real extreme weather events. Now, when it comes to silicon, our Cobalt 100 VMs became generally available last month, and customers and partners, whether it's Databricks or Siemens, Snowflake, are seeing up to 50% improvements in price performance with these virtual machines. In fact, our own media processing capabilities in Teams are now all 100% on Cobalt 100 as well. And we're not stopping there with silicon innovation. Our approach to silicon includes deep commitment to security. And I'm excited to announce our first in-house security chip, Azure Integrated HSM. This is it. It is a dedicated hardware security module that hardens key management, managing encryption and key signing that can remain within the bounds of the device without compromising performance or security. And starting next year, it'll be part of every new server deployed on Azure, enhancing security for both confidential computing as well as general purpose virtual machines and containers. So we are very, very excited about this new silicon innovation. Beyond hardening security, ultimately, when we think about systems innovation at the silicon layer, it is about removing bottlenecks, right, that stand in the way, whether it's performance, latency, or resource constraints. That's the opportunity we have as a hyperscaler. When you look at the workload, you look at the system, you say, what can we offload to silicon just to kind of get rid of some of these constraints? And so that's why today we are very excited about expanding Azure Boost with our first in-house DPU. And this is DPUs are processors specifically architected to accelerate data-centric workloads, absorbing multiple components of a traditional server into a single piece of silicon. It runs, in fact, cloud storage workloads at 3 times less power and 4 times the performance. I mean, what this will do for storage is what SmartNICs did for host and the network. These are going to do for storage. And of course, when it comes to AI, we are continuing to build out these new data center intelligence factories, right? We're extending all of Azure as the world's computer to basically be these intelligence factories. Tokens per watt plus dollar is the best way to think about the new currency of performance. It's all about maximizing that value and doing it in the most efficient way. The pace of innovation across the industry is simply phenomenal, and we are working with our partners to bring you more choice across cost and performance. That includes our deep partnership with NVIDIA, which, of course, spans bringing their own workloads, whether it's Omniverse or DGX Cloud onto Azure, but of course, working with them at the core system level on AI infrastructure. In fact, last month, we brought new clusters with H200s that became available. We're very excited about it. And our systems stack optimization we have done between H100 to H200 continue to push on the total performance that we can deliver to anyone doing inference or training. And today, we are announcing the preview of NVIDIA Blackwell AI Infrastructure on Azure. Blackwell is pretty amazing. It's got this 72 GPUs on a single NVLink domain, and then you combine it with InfiniBand on the back end. These racks are optimized for the most cutting-edge training workloads and inference workloads. So we are very excited about having Blackwell. And we're also continuing to work very closely with AMD. We're the first cloud that offered VMs powered by AMD's MI300 X GPU, and we're using that infrastructure to power Azure OpenAI, so that's in our fleet today. And today we're introducing, in fact, Azure HBV5, which we co-engineered with AMD. It's up to 8 times faster than any other cloud virtual machine, setting a new standard for high-performance computing, and it'll be generally available next year. And now, of course, when it comes to our own AI Accelerator, MI300, I'm really excited to say that it's right now live in US East region, supporting Azure OpenAI inferencing. In fact, one of the most impactful applications we built is our customer service today, and it's all running today on MI300 and doing all of the customer support workloads. So it's exciting to see Maya make it into the fleet, and we'll continue to improve it and scale it. We're contributing, in fact, our own systems innovation to the industry. Last year at Ignite, we showed our first generation Maya rack, which was that liquid cooling sidekick. These can support cooling of GPUs and AI accelerators, not just our own Maya systems, but we're going to bring that innovation to NVIDIA GB200. And you'll see this in the show floor, because this is the type of systems innovation to get that performance. Ultimately, this is all about really being able to bring compute, storage, network, edge, silicon to deliver that TCO performance for all of your workloads.